The influencer you follow today might not even exist next year. What happens to human creators when AI can make content faster, cheaper, and maybe even better? AI can generate not just talking head scenes, but realistic people in environments with sound, and it can even generate music videos and films. These AI-generated influencers don't age, they don't complain, they don't ask for raises, and you know what? YouTube doesn't have to give them a cut. Things are going to change real soon for me and a lot of you. I'll tell you where it's going and how you can fight back, and I'll show you some pretty shocking examples. But first, I want to thank my sponsor, Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com/Tony to start setting up your own website with your own custom domain. A Squarespace website connects you to real people. That's a human-to-human connection that is becoming so much more valuable in this era of AI. Squarespace is the perfect place to show your work, whether it's your art, your still photos, your video, or just who you are. You can take appointments from clients. You could set up a photography workshop and sell directly to the people who want to visit it with scheduling and inventory tracking. That's what I'm doing right now. And I set up that whole store on my existing Squarespace website with no extra charges, and it literally only took me a few minutes. Whatever you can imagine doing on the internet starts at squarespace.com/Tony. Your trial is completely free, no credit card required. Literally just go set it up and see how amazing it is. And when you love it, the coupon code Tony will get you 10% off. Thanks for sponsoring a real human creator, Squarespace. When a lot of you think of AI video, you think of something like this, just garbage with mangled fingers, but it's really not that way anymore. Take a look at this video of cute animals bouncing on a trampoline. This kind of thing has gone viral over the last few weeks, and even other photographers, other videographers I talked to had seen this and didn't know it was fake. So if you're one of those people saying, oh, I always know AI video, it looks like crap and I'm never watching it. No, that is the toupee fallacy. Everybody thinks they can spot toupees too, right? Because you have spotted toupees. You've seen the guy with the awful wig, but you only spot the bad ones. The good ones you don't detect. Thus, your own self-assessment is that you are 100% spotting these bad toupees. Same thing with AI. The good ones are slipping right past you. And even if you were detecting them now, you won't in the future because they're getting better at an exponential rate. There's something else. You might care, but most people do not care. They just want to be entertained, and they don't care if it's real, even if it's something heart-touching or sentimental or disastrous. They don't actually care that much if it's fake. Let's look at some real examples and talk about who exactly is screwed over by AI, starting with hot people. I'm sorry, having symmetrical features, great six-pack abs, or big boobs isn't going to be enough to get you any views anymore because AI is doing it faster, cheaper, better than you. Here's an example. This person does not exist. Nobody had to buy a camera or a microphone or a gym membership. None of this actually happened. If you're a photographer who just specializes in publishing pictures of hot people, I'm sorry, but a lot of your business is going to go away. A lot of y'all right now are saying, no, people will still want that real connection. They want to have a parasocial relationship with a real hot person who doesn't care about them, not a fake AI hot person. That will be true of some people. I estimate 10 to 20% of people in, 3-5 years from now will still go through a lot of trouble to seek out real people. But I think we're going to lose most of us. I think most of us are going to be pulled into the AI slop. And if you're a creator, influencer, what happens to you if you lose 80% of your audience? You lose 80% of your sponsorship money. Are you still going to be able to pay the bills, or are you going to have to find something else to do for work? Musicians are cooked now too. AI is so good at making good music with good lyrics. Is it going to surpass the greatest songwriters? It doesn't need to. I mean, let's face it, a lot of the most popular music is pretty much garbage. AI does that stuff really well and makes music videos for it. Let's take a look at country and hip-hop genres of fake AI music videos.
NASCAR racing monster trucks, horses, cows, and hogs and ducks. College football.
This looks great. And it sounds totally believable. And maybe you could scrutinize what this is and say, okay, I find some flaw there. There's some lack of human integrity or creativity, maybe. And what's this going to be like after 2 more years of exponential growth? Let's look at a hip hop music video.
Tripping down the hole in lace and gold. Pop a tab right fast and lose control. It's a sexy little tail with a nasty twist. No steps, no speak filthy and bow when I pass.
This is pretty amazing. I found it entertaining and funny. The lyrics are creative and interesting. The whole thing is compelling. If you're skeptical, maybe you're saying, okay, but that's not better than the best music video I've ever seen. Again, it doesn't have to be. This is about quantity. It's about making stuff cheaply for consumers who are only half paying attention. It just has to be good enough. And I want to point out, this isn't made by Sony Music Studios. This is made by just some dude in his basement. Okay? What happens when the big tech companies, when the big media companies start pushing this stuff out? What happens is most musicians are going to be out of work. The amount of time we spend listening to real musicians is going to continue to drop year over year. Some of them are going to be fine. Swifties, T-Swift, she's going to be okay. I think that one's a survivor. The guy playing out at your local bar, probably going to be okay. But a lot of production people, a lot of mid-level artists, they're going to be gone. And yeah, YouTubers are cooked too. We might be cooked more than anybody else because Google has the rights to all of our videos and to do whatever they want with it. We all signed that without anticipating that it would be used to put us out of work. But what choice would we have had anyway? Because YouTube essentially has a monopoly on this. We were forced into signing these agreements without understanding the potential impact. But already Google, who owns YouTube, has been training the AI off of my videos and every other creator you know, and is able to create convincing YouTube videos. Now wait, you might say, I just saw that YouTube announced they're not going to allow AI creators to monetize. Thus, there's no money in AI videos, right? Well, not for the individual making AI videos. The agreement doesn't say YouTube won't put advertising into AI videos. It absolutely will. It just means YouTube keeps 100% of that money instead of splitting it with the creator. And YouTube just set up a scenario for themselves where AI generated content is almost twice as profitable since there is no creator split. And do you think YouTube is going to push away from that? Do you think YouTube is going to say, no, we're about integrity. We're about real people? No, YouTube is going to start generating AI slop. And even instructors like me, bringing real world stuff to you, they're going to be able to replace an awful lot of that. Like I have a tutorial on what f-stop means, showing different backgrounds and different depths of field. It'll absolutely be able to train off of my video and 50 other YouTube creators covering the same content and make its own content, but with more beautiful people, with beautiful people catered to your specific needs. Redhead, brunette, tall, short, whatever you like. There's going to be somebody who teaches you aperture in your specific learning style. Fast, slow, detailed, technical, creative. The potential for learning is great. The potential for educators is not good. Will AI ever go hands-on with a new Hasselblad camera the day it launches? No. But AI will definitely study all those reviews and be able to extract that information and present it to you in a new, realistic, and meaningful way that might be better than any single review. AI is also shrinking your attention spans. Look at this chart. Over the last couple of years, you can see retention time has dropped significantly. And I attribute that to a shrinking attention span. We're all watching TV while scrolling our phone. Vertical formats that are 1 minute long are now 30 seconds long. People are trying so hard to keep you connected to something, but you just keep scrolling and scrolling away. And it is changing your brain. Networks, TV studios, movie studios are pretty cooked too. No, Netflix isn't going to lose 100% of its audience, but they don't have to become unprofitable. Soon, anybody in their basement with a vision for a story will be able to make it into what looks like a real film. They will pump the concept into AI that will generate a screenplay and then build a whole film. And they'll make a couple of adjustments and publish it. And what used to take millions of dollars and years of production will happen in a few minutes or a few days. This is already happening to some extent. There are some really great examples of entirely AI-generated short films that are not only pretty convincing, but really pretty good.
What the? that sea beast over there! The beast drives us toward the rocks. We can steer left, into the shallows, and try to beach her. Or we can steer right.
Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, would have you believe this is all good for humanity. And yes, maybe some jobs will be eliminated as AI helps people be more efficient, but those people who lose their jobs will get to move into even better fields. But what's better than being a filmmaker if you're passionate about that? What's better than being a photographer? There's nothing. If I lose this job, I'm going to go into a job that I love less because this is my dream job. And yes, I am going to lose this job, as are a lot of people. Now, there's a flip side to this. Right now, if you have an amazing concept for a Netflix show and Netflix doesn't like you, you don't get to publish it. If you don't have access to models, you don't get to take pictures of beautiful people, right? You can do that now. You can make a film without getting Netflix's approval, without knowing how to operate a camera. You can do all of this, and there's a good side to this. People who have a creative vision, who have a story to tell, will be able to do that. But this window where humans provide the direction and inspiration and AI just sort of does the hard work of the production, that's going to be short-lived because AI is actually really good at coming up with inspiration. And soon, AI will just be studying what you do, building an algorithm, and creating whole new concepts with the most beautiful, interesting characters in the most beautiful, creative scenery catered to your specific needs and making entire stories out of it. So let's fight it, right? Let's put some laws in to just slow this down because I don't believe this is good for society. Well, nobody's done that. And there's a fair reason for this. If we were to completely halt AI development in the United States, it would slow it down the tiniest bit. And it would put China or Russia or South Korea into the lead. And then you still have all the AI problems, but US doesn't get a piece of it. I believe the fight is already lost. So what do you do? Well, I'm changing how I do things. I'm still making YouTube videos now, but I'm recognizing that in a couple of years, this isn't going to be viable anymore. I'm setting up studio workshops. My first one is in September 5th, right here in New York City. I will have 6 students in a room with me personally, and I will be teaching you how to create amazing pictures. I will teach you how to use professional lighting, work with professional models, and I will actually help you build your own portfolio using images that your own creativity imagines. I will help you create your vision. So yeah, visit this link and please sign up for this because this is how you support creators. This is how we support art, by developing our own skills. YouTube right now is what I call wide and shallow. I have 1.6 million viewers and you watch me for a couple of minutes a week. That's a lot of people, but not a deep connection. Teaching workshops, that's narrow and deep. A small number of people that work personally with me. That's going to be much more viable because AI can't replace that sort of deep connection now. More and more work is going to have to be done in person instead of remotely. So if you're a musician, you know what? You're going to have to start playing more concerts and relying less on streaming royalties. Here's another approach. If you can't beat them, join them. I've already started integrating AI into my YouTube video development process. I ask it for topic ideas. I have it generate an outline and sometimes even literally a bit of a script. I started this video reading a script created by ChatGPT. The influencer you follow today might not even exist next year. What happens to human creators when AI can make content faster, cheaper, and maybe even better? That was just to make a point. The rest of this is unscripted. But I also rely on it to generate titles and thumbnail concepts. And it's working. My views are up since I started using ChatGPT for those things because guess what? AI knows what you want. And it's helping me craft more clickbaity things that get me views. And that's a good thing, right? Because that helps me keep doing this for a couple more years. That holds back the AI onslaught a little bit. At least you're connecting to a real person. At least it is my ideas that are shaping this, and it is not completely AI. In your own field, even if you hate AI, I would jump on it right now because we have a few years where AI is going to benefit us individually before it completely displaces us. This is disastrous for creators, but it's bad for consumers too, because they're going to be consuming stuff that's better than the real world, and the real world thus will look boring as hell. If you spend your time scrolling through impossibly beautiful people, the people in the street are going to look ugly. If you see impossibly amazing wildlife videos and then you go to the zoo is going to seem lame. It's going to make the whole world seem like black and white because it is overstimulating us. And my advice to consumers would be, well, stay the hell off social media. Stay off screens, period, because AI is going to take over all the screens, but it can't take over the whole world. AI is also going to make you think that real stuff is fake. I've taken some pretty cool pictures, and there's always somebody saying it's just AI. He didn't really do that. That's impossible. The moon isn't that big, whatever. No, it is real, but now I'm not getting credit for it. There's a really dark side to this. If somebody captures a politician doing something monstrous, that politician will just say, no, that's AI. That wasn't me. And people will just believe him because we no longer have any ability to discern real from the truth. In the comments down below, tell me what you think. Am I just being extreme and fatalistic? I'm changing the path of my whole career around this. I absolutely believe in this. I don't think it's going to happen today, but let's check back in a couple of years. Let's check back in 2028 and see where things are. See how many YouTubers are making a living at it full time, because I'm betting AI is going to win. What do you think, and what do you think we should do about it? In the meantime, there's still a chance to connect to real people in the real world. Set up your own web presence that isn't controlled by social media. Squarespace.com/Tony starts you with a website that looks way better than your Insta. I promise it makes you look better as a photographer. When I wanted to sell workshops, it took me just a few minutes to set up an event space on my Squarespace and connect it to my store. Now somebody can buy a spot and the money gets transferred directly to me. That's something that would have been really technically challenging just a few years ago, but Squarespace makes it incredibly simple. Sell stuff, take appointments from clients, whatever you can imagine starts at squarespace.com/Tony. Try it out completely free, no credit card required. Just go have fun with it, see what it can do. And after you love it, the coupon code Tony will get you 10% off. Thanks for sponsoring me, a real human being, Squarespace. Bye.